Time to clean the bugs out, folks. I don't know how this has happened, but some dairy cows and some grey tropicals have got in. Don't ask me how, look at the lid, but they've got in with my little British isopods, and they're running riot. So yeah, I know, look, I've put this in this big tray because I just know what's going to happen. The little blighters are going to go running everywhere. I have got a tub to put the dairy cows in. Look at this, this is funny. Look, I don't know if you can see. Look in this corner, can you see? All these legs. That's the ones I put in yesterday. I'm busily catching them all and putting them in new tubs. So I've got those so that I can take them and find them new homes. I have already got a home lined up for them. See, look, there's the grey ones. Where did they all come from? I know there's a couple of grey British ones in here. There's one that's shedding its skin there. And there's millions of babies, so God knows what those are. So I thought what I'd do first of all is just empty it all out and see what I've got. They're not going to be happy, are they? But the first thing I think will be to get a little pot with something nice in for the ones that are supposed to be in there to go in. So hang on, little pot coming up. Let's just have a little pot, and I've got some, just to make them happy, I've got a little bit of soil and stuff I'll put in it. I went and scooped up from a footpath yesterday a load of leaf and bits of moss looking and all sorts. So let's just put them a little bit of that in so they've got somewhere to hide, because I think that's going to be the easiest because they're the slowest. Let's get them out first. Well, this is meant to be your home, wasn't it, little ones? Oh, right. I'm going to need a pot for each sort, aren't I? Right. Grey tropicals can go in there, and the dairy cows can go straight in this pot here. The thing I'm going to need is a water spray. So I don't know how they got in here. There's a grey tropical. You can tell because the legs are too long. Oh, there's one of the little albino Brits and one of his kids. It says put you in there. I take it you're an albino Brit, although your legs look a bit long. Oh, when they're this little, it's really hard to tell. No, I think you're one of those. Your legs are too long and you're too fast. Oh, this is going to take a while. Just talk amongst yourselves. Just have the little plants out. Some of these haven't even rooted yet. I've got some new plants for them. But these are what's meant to be in here. These lovely, sedate, slow ones. Aren't they nice? They're just adorable. Come on, darling, you go in there with your kids. And then suddenly there's all these little blinking grey ones, you see. See, you're starting to see why I put this in this tray. It's going to be nigh on impossible to separate them properly. Oh my God, look at that lot. Oh, there's a dairy cow. See how fast they are? That's how you can tell the difference. Oh, 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 oh. Right, there's a couple of white British ones in there. Oh, come on, darling, you can come with me. Now, I've got nothing against these grey ones at all. It's just that they're running riot. And I know there will be a home for them. I'm not worried about that. But they are running riot. And the trouble is, them and the dairy cows are a bit overpowering. They're getting a bit bullyish. And nobody likes a bully, do they? Especially these little guys. Oh, look. They're all asleep. I'm sorry. Right, I think some of these tropicals are coming out in white form because that is too fast to not be a tropical. Look at that lot. Oh my goodness, they're obviously happy, aren't they? Hang on a minute. Are you a tropical? How fast? How long are your legs? How fast are you? Oops. Because I wouldn't be surprised if there are one or two British greys in here as well. Yeah. The other way you can tell, by the way, is the armadilliums, which are the British ones, will curl up when you pick them up. These other ones, their legs just go mad. They don't curl up. See, look, there's some whites amongst them. Now I'm figuring, in fact, oops, oh my God, see how fast they are. Come here, you. This was the whole point of putting you in here, wasn't it? So these must be a permutation of the dairy cows. Are the dairy cows a variation on the grey tropicals? Is that why I've got them as well? I don't know. I mean, the dairy cow terrarium is above this one. But how would they get in and out? The top's never off except when I'm feeding. And then it's generally on my lap. Now you notice there's a lot of mould on here, so I do need to give this a wash as well. Now the British ones are more rounded too. And they're just a darn sight easier to catch. And this is why I was concerned about them. Get back in there, you. This is why I was concerned about them. Because by comparison, they are rather sedate. I'm going to need to get you a container, aren't I? Right, tropical greys are going in here. God, trying to sort them out like this is just ridiculous. I never dreamt they'd get muddled up. I thought I'd just got my nice sedate little armadilliums in here and that would be it. Okay, greys, in you go. I want you off these bits of wood, by the way, because I want me bits of wood back so you can all get off me wood. Go have a burrow. There's all nice lady places down there. But my God, look at that. Now, see the different behaviour? Here's the little armadilliums. Well, let's just go to sleep here, shall we? I've noticed the mating behaviour is hilarious as well. Little armadilliums are adorable. They'll have a little cuddle. They'll snuggle up, and then when they finish doing their thing, they will just cuddle up together, and it'll all be very, "You all right, love? Do you want a cup of tea?" Whereas see, look, that one's curled up, so that's clearly an armadillium. Whereas the tropicals, it's more like a mugging. It's not. There's nothing dignified about it. There really isn't. You gonna curl up, darling? Yeah. Now, with the best will in the world, I'm not going to get these all out, am I? Which is why I'm going to need to basically start all over. Now, there's a dairy cow. I mean, these are just, look how fast they are. Woohoo, come here, you. You a girl. You're a girl. There's a female dairy cow. Shorter and stumpier in the body than the male. Were you a boy? Let's have a look at, let's have a look at you. Yes, I think that's a boy. It's slightly longer in the body and his little tail spikes are a bit longer. I'm not 100% sure. They're rather beautiful. But there's so many babies in here. There's a hell of a springtail colony as well. They burrow as well. Am I going to find them all? I can't see me succeeding in getting them all out, to be honest, without ending up with a load of the other ones again. I just didn't want them... It's a little bit of cuttlefish. I just didn't want them overwhelmed by all these absolutely hyper other ones. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Come and stick to my finger. There you go. And I think the easiest way to do this now is to tip this tub completely out. Probably going to have to put fresh wood and everything in, aren't I? The other thing I've noticed is these can climb. The little armadilliums don't, well, they can, but they don't seem to be too bothered about it. Which maybe that's how the little blighters got in here in the first place. I just don't know. Anyway, I'm going to have to tip this out into this tub, so watch and enjoy. And if I spot any more little... Oh, there's one. Any more little armadilliums in the first... while I'm at it, I'll pick them out. But largely, this is going to be a... You see why I've got this in a tray, can't you? What are you? You're an armadillium. Oh, that's a beautiful big armadillium. Where did you suddenly come from, darling? Come here. There you go. You must be one of the mummy and daddy ones. Because they have all been breeding, so they've obviously not been desperately unhappy. I just watched the way the tropicals just ran all over them and were first out to grab the food, and I thought, this is going to get out of hand. And my sweet little armadilliums are just going to get overwhelmed. Right, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to go get a little spoon. There's going to be some babies end up in this of both sorts. I just know there are. There's a dairy cow. See what I mean? They're just running all over, so it's really hard. I should just be saying to the place that's having all these, this is a tropical mix. Don't ask me what's what, because I don't know. It could be anything in here. You see, there's all these tiny babies. Let's say tropical mix. There could be some armadilliums getting in here too, because I keep seeing the odd one fall out. Come on then. Sweetie, probably ought to get like a little spoon to do this with. Really? Now I've got some really nice substrate to put in. I've got that tub full of stuff that I got from, it was along a wall in a public foot, on just a regular footpath on my estate where I live. See, that's definitely an armadillium. I'm just going to have to sit and watch this, aren't I? I need something really to scrape this out with. Let's use one of the bits of wood I got. Sometimes I don't want to risk hurting anybody as I go. There's another one. Trying to lose this thriving springtail colony as well. Now this is going to have a really good clean and disinfect as well. Because, oh, there's one. Because I want to get them a nice clean start as I've gone this far. I think they prefer it when it's not too clean though, but hey. I'll do my best. I've got some nice bits of wood for them. I've got all that lovely moss and leaf mold filled wood. Now, the tropical greys are all going to go off to Shirley Aquatics, where they've got a little creatures section, and they've said they'll quite happily have any surplus bugs from me. What I'm really hoping will breed are my bumblebee centipedes. I need to clean them out too shortly because, again, the dairy cow population that I stupidly put in there, I did actually put them in there, it's got really out of hand. Right, there's probably too much soil in there now. I wanted to give everything a chance to like get out of it, really. Come on, I want me bits of wood back. If anybody doesn't like bugs, this might have been a good time to look away. When I first posted some videos of this lot, somebody said, there's things in there that have got far too many legs for my liking. It did make me laugh. Right, are we all out? Just going to take some of these solid chunks of soil out because I don't think they would have... Get off critters in them, would they? I'm amazed I haven't got them running all over the place. I really am. Thought I'd have a tray full of... There goes one. Thought I'd have a tray full of them by now. Where'd he go? No. Come on, go with your mates. Oh, there's baby ones all over the place here. I think I'm just going to have to shake the tub out afterwards. Because, yeah, they're running around in here as well. I've got all the bits of wood out. Right, I hope that isn't too dense for them in there. Mind you, they're only going to be in it for a couple of days tops. Sorry, little ones. Right, where's the lid for that one? So, let's put that on there. If any more show up, I'll pop them in. It's got air holes, look, in the lid, and I will put them some food in. In the meantime, I'm putting the lid on the dairy cows because they're a right bunch of escape artists, obviously. Let's put them out of the way. And I'm going to clean this out. So let's put the little bugs out of the way. They all seem to be quite happily staying in that pot, which is nice. Right, first of all, I'm going to get out the loose stuff. And then we're going to run it under a tap and let's do a bit of landscaping. Right, there we go. So, these little got look. See how much more sedate they are? Let's all stay in here, shall we? I like this. They're just sweet, slow little fat things. They're lovely. I don't think I'm going to put any of these bits of wood back in, actually. Because there's a good chance I'm going to be reintroducing a load of the other ones. Now, I have got some new bits of wood for them. There's that, which is out of one of my fish tanks, which I think is a lovely bit of wood. It's got a bit of what was left of blanket weed on it, which isn't a problem. Do some secateurs. Right, this wood is incredibly hard. It's azalea root. However, these secateurs are I mean, awesome. I bought them from that event I did a video from for you in the spring. I've never seen secateurs like it. They're power assisted ones. You wouldn't believe me, but I've tried to cut this wood with wire cutters before to no avail, and that just goes straight through it. Now, will the lid go on is the question. I might want to take them down a little bit more. Yeah, I might take it down just a little bit more because I kind of want that nice looking root up on the surface a bit. So let's just take a little bit more off the top. A little bit off the top, so. And some wood short back. And so, oh, that nearly went in my tea. A little bit more off there. Hey, you. There's me just saying how good you were. Get back in. Right. The soil I've got, instead of just normal compost this time, I'm going to go for this stuff that I found outside. Because look at that. It's just solid leaf litter. I'm also going to put in a whole load of springtails. Look at that. It is all just made up of rotted leaf litter. It was along a garden wall that runs parallel to a hedgerow. I mean, look at that. That is so the natural habitat of these little things. Right, let's get some springtails too. Well, you can't really see much of them at the moment, but trust me, they're there. There's some orange springtails in here. Oh, I can see a couple of them. See the little orange dots? Oh yeah, there's a few. So there we go. That's out of my springtail culture, which it looks like I need to give a bit of love to. They don't look like they're doing a lot at the moment. Let's look. Oh yeah, look. Look at all those. Now those are definitely just springtails. There's nothing else in this tub other than springtails. But there should be oranges and... oh, God. What's that? There should be oranges and whites in there of the little springtails. And I hope there's nothing else. I don't mind if there's any indigenous British, you know, the ordinary greywood lice in there, because they are just basically the same as the white armadilliums, just a different colour. Oh, come on. Okay, the big armadilliums are obviously getting bored. They keep piling out. Let's bring them back in here. You can see what they're up to. They've started climbing out of the pot. Now, there's a couple of things in here I do want to put back in. They've got a little bit of cuttlefish in case they needed any calcium. Oh, God, there's a... How on earth are you in there? I haven't put anything out of the original. Oh, unless it's a British one. Don't think there was any in with my springtails. I'd like this bit of wood to be kind of there. We're going to put some gravel down the front here. I've just got some aquarium gravel. All right, you lot. You're getting a bit angsty now, aren't you? You want to go back to bed. And this is just to provide them with a sort of a clean eating area, really, where I can put food down. And it's easy to sort out if they don't eat it and I end up with a bit of mould. I've got some proper isopod food. But basically, they're detrivores, so all this wood and stuff at the back is going to be the wood and dead leaves, all that's going to be their main diet. However, they're very partial to fish food sticks. So we shall be putting some fish food sticks in. Right, at the back here, let's have some more bits of wood. I just need to make sure there's no other little bugs on it. Now, they do like climbing, I've noticed, so that's why I'm putting some climby bits in. And I'm not sure what's on all these bits of wood, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful what I put back in. But they do like their bits of rotting wood. Straight away, there's a big brown one. To you. Oh, you're not a tropical, are you? You're too slow. You're a brown one of these. You're too slow to be a tropical, aren't you? Do you curl up? Do you curl up? Go on, curl up. Oh, no, you've given yourself away. An imposter. Sorry, this is ending up being a far longer video than I intended. And the other bits of wood I've got that I thought they might like, these are some quite well rotted bits of, it's bark chips, and it was I found it alongside a footpath. It's where they'd mulched flower beds with it. And I just looked at that and I thought, that's just great. They'll love that. So let's put a bit of that in. And then I'm just going to put some more of that leaf litter down the back because it's so beautifully rotted. Ah, that's why. There's some grey British ones in here. Come on, you can stay, mate. We like the grey British ones. You won't upset the albino ones. Oh, you can come. It's quite a lot, actually. So I'm going to liberate some of these once I've taken out what soil I want, but I am not at all worried about them being in amongst the mix with the white ones. They'll probably interbreed with them and I'll end up with, you know, brown ones or something. It doesn't matter. As long as they're happy. And I really don't think they were with the tropicals in with them. But look at that. There's lots of hidey spots. There's lots of brown stuff. They should be very happy in there. Okay, now let's get decorative. Don't worry, little guys, it won't be long. Looking at these, there must be only 2 that were my originals because there's only 2 that are really big. I started with 10, so these 2 have obviously spawned a nation. Let's see what plant cuttings I've got. Let's put them out of the way again. What plant cuttings have we got? Well, first, we've got to bear in mind here that plants won't do terribly well in here because it probably doesn't get enough light. It's a little cutting off something random and I can't remember what it was. And it also is, you know, there's little bugs running around like mad in it. Having said that, these little guys should be a lot less hassle for plants to live with. That's a bit of peacock spike moss. Yeah, they should be a lot less hassle to live with than the dairy cows and other things that are in there, because tropical woodlice, well, as you know, they're just too darned boisterous for words. So this little plant, I've always been surprised it survived, to be honest, because it's an aquarium plant. They do grow them emerged though, so I did hope. Right, these are the cuttings I've got going. Yeah, some good stuff in here. There's a little Fittonia. Oh, that's got a right good cutting root, right good root on it. Oh, I know that's in amongst a load of moss, but let's put him down here. The lower down ones will get more light because, as you probably noticed, this has got a solid, well, not quite a solid roof. It's got an air hole in it, but it's kind of solid-ish. Don't know what this is, some sort of peperomia, I think. But yeah, it does mean that the ones lower down will get light because there's all my nano terrariums are around it, so yeah, it will get more light from around the sides. I don't know what this is, but it's trailing all over the place. Cutting off a cutting here. The little bugs, if any leaves rot off the bugs will eat them as well. They might eat the plants anyway, but typically they prefer stuff that's rotting and dying off, which is the beauty of little bugs. It's what they're for. There's another cutting off that whatever it was. Put that there too. These are then my little cutting tubs going. And then next, what we really want is some more moss, isn't it? So this moss is courtesy of my friend Sam. But this moss selection is just lovely. It really is. So I'm going to put plenty in across the back there. Hope that it doesn't mind the lower light levels, although I am going to try and get a bit more light in there this time. Let's have a clump at the front. I know it's into the gravel, which you might not like, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, let's see what happens with all that lot. Now, at the moment, this looks very decorative. It did the first time round as well. And then the little bugs trashed it, and the lack of light didn't help, of course, as I said. I have got something in my tea. Oh, disgusting. So I'm just going to mist that over. Just to have a little settle. And I've got some more little bits of that wood. So I'm going to put a bit at the front, in front of this Fittonia as well. I'm going to create plenty of little hidey places for the bugs because they do come out and play anyway. I see them a lot of an evening. They're quite sociable little things. Lift this leaf up. But yes, I do want to make them feel at home, so we're going to have lots of hidiness going on. There we are. More little bugs on that bit. Let's push that down the back. That'll make a nice little back piece, because those are definitely armadilliums. Springtails on that little bit. This is a really nice rotted bit, but there's definitely tropicals on it, which is a bit of a pity. Right, kids, time to go back in. And I hope you like your new tank. There we are. Now look, the little tropical nearly go. Oh, it's not. Short legs, not going too fast. If you're not a tropical, you're masquerading as not being one very well. Oops. No, you're too slow and dopey. You're definitely a British, aren't you? Such is the nature of armadilliums. The tropical running around in the tray. Come here, you. Let me put you with your friends. You're all going to a much better home where you'll be spoilt. Which tub were you going in? Oh, which tub is you lot? That's you lot, isn't it? Okay. Oops. Oh no, I just shot one out. Right, come on. Let's have you. I'm just going to put this here so you can all crawl out. I bet there'll be, somewhere amongst this, there'll be some baby tropicals. Oh no, turn over. You can do it. I bet I'll be back at square one again at some point. Come on, Mum and Dad. Show the kids the way. Right, I'll leave you to watch them finding their way home. There we go. Well, I put them some food down the front here. They seem to be settling in well. I'm going to go have a little walkabout on my hand again. No? Oh, okay. And yeah, we'll check on them later. I think it's largely just exploring at the moment, isn't it? I'm hoping they'll dislodge some of the soil I put at the back so that the moss can come up through it. Right, I'm going to pop their little lid back on and go and put them somewhere dark so we can get them unfreaked out. I'll see you for the next one, folks. Bye.